I'm here with head women's basketball coach Chris Paul. And Chris, a very big win last night for the Mastodons over Trine. A game you were able to get a lot of players, a lot of action. Talk about the game a little bit and your thoughts on being able to use as many players as you did.
Well, obviously, Bill, it was a good win for us. I mean, whenever you can win a home game, it's good. And those are the type of games that are scary because they're the games that you're supposedly supposed to win. And as a coach, it makes you nervous. I was just proud of the overall contribution from a lot of different people. I mean, we've talked about the depth that we have on this basketball team, and it continues to show. Now, one of the things that we have to continue to work on, Bill, is just being more consistent because I feel like, one game it's somebody, the next game is somebody else. I mean, I know from the outside it looks like that's a positive, and it is, but I don't want to see players have one game here and one game here and then back up. We got to start getting more consistency, but it was nice to win a game when everybody played double-digit minutes, and that the leading person in minutes only had 25. So you were able to rest, look at some different combinations, and then get ready for obviously a big weekend starting on Friday.
Now, speaking on that, having not the consistent effort, but coming into the season, Haley had the big target on her back. Preseason all-conference first team. How nice is it to have different? I mean, you've had a number of different people step up. Last night was Kiana and Camilla. You've had Rachel Reinhardt, Allison Bunch, Tyra McCarver. Just about everybody that's seen significant minutes has really stepped up at one point or another. How nice is it for both Haley's standpoint and for yours that you may not get the consistency from everybody, but at least somebody steps up every game and nobody knows who it's going to be?
Well, it's great for Haley because, I mean, she is getting what we call the Amanda Hyde treatment right now. Everywhere she goes, everybody knows. Everywhere she's on the floor, they're bumping her, they're grabbing her, they're holding her. And that's just what you get when you're first team all-conference. So what's happening is some other people are benefiting because Haley's being double-teamed. Allison Bunch is getting open shots, and Kashira and Camilla and Kiana on the block, and Mur Hagerman and Rachel Reinhardt because they're chasing Haley all over the place. Now, from a coach's standpoint, it is a wonderful thing to be able to look down the bench. If somebody gets in foul trouble or somebody's not producing, to be able to go in there and feel like it's going to stay where it is or maybe even go up a notch. Because I really believe, when we play well, it's when our bench takes our intensity level up. When teams go to their bench and we go to ours, I feel like our bench is better, and that's going to bode well, come conference play, especially on Friday because Western Illinois is a very good basketball team. But I feel like their 6 through 10 is not as good as our 6 through 10. So the bench is going to be very, very important Friday.
And speaking of Western Illinois, they come in on Friday. A very strong team with preseason player of the year, Ashley Luke on the roster, still playing very well. Player of the year caliber season again. Talk about what you expect out of Western Illinois and what you can expect to see from IPFW to win the game.
Well, we have to obviously limit Luke's touches. Are we going to shut her out? No, she's too good of a player. But we can't have her go for 30 and 15 on us. We've got to limit her touches. And what we need to be aware of, though, Bill, is if we focus so much on her, Western has surrounded her with a bunch of players that can shoot the three, that if we focus so much on her and we leave them wide open, they're capable of banging, 8, 9, 10 plus threes on us. So it's a challenge. And, you've been around long enough to know it seems like every time IPFW gets together with Western Illinois, number one, it's a battle. Number two, there's a lot of points scored, because we have very similar systems. We run up and down the floor, we spread the floor, we shoot the basketball, we play fast, they play fast. So, it's going to be a challenge. I just like the fact that we've won 2 games in a row. We feel pretty good about what we're doing, and we have another game at home. I love being able to start the Summit League play with a game at home.
Well, how nice is that, opening at home and then the first road games just down the road to Indianapolis? You really don't have to travel that first week. The first 2 weekends, really, you don't have to travel at all.
No, Bill, that's huge. And obviously later in the year we're going to pay for it because then we're going to have to do a lot of traveling. But being able to start conference play with a home game, then a simple 2-hour bus ride to Indy, and then the next 2 at home is a great start for us, because there's something about getting off to good starts in conference play so that you're not always behind trying to chase. I'd rather get off to a good start, and then maybe if you slip up somewhere, you still have time to recover. If you get off to a bad start, it really, your margin for error really drops. So we need to take advantage. I don't want to look too far ahead. IUPUI is our natural rival. We always play well in Indy, so I expect a really good game there. But obviously it starts Friday, trying to get off to that 1-0 start.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Good luck Friday, and follow along at GoMastodons.com for all of the women's basketball information.